I often get asked, what is body-based awareness? And I'd like to use a simple analogy to explain this. Imagine you're going to walk from one end of the street to the other, and a heady person does this. And they're walking along the street, and they've basically got a general sense of where the pavement is and where they've got to get to. And they go into autopilot, so the body just does the walking, and they hang out in their heads thinking about what they're going to have for dinner, or remembering an argument they had with somebody, or planning a meeting that they have next week. And you get to the end of the street and somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, do you remember what you experienced down the street? And they'll say, yes, I was planning a meeting next week. Do you remember anything about the street? No, not really. Well, how did you get from A to B? I don't know. I guess I was an autopilot. And so, in a way, we can go through our lives in the way that we walk down the pavement, down the street from A to B, without being aware of what's going on, and we just live in the theatre of our heads. That is, all this created stuff that's going around in our head has nothing to do, or very little to do, with the walking down the street from A to B. And so you can spend a lot of your life actually living like this, so you're completely out of touch with what you're experiencing in the moment. Body-based awareness is very different because the body is always present. And if we take our attention and learn to really inhabit the body, to feel what's going on in the body, we start to experience much more immediate present time experience. You know, how we are feeling in our legs right now, how we are sitting right now as we're listening to this video. You know, what's going on as you're experiencing this? Are you focused in your head? Are you up and out? Is your attention focusing on other things? Or are you right inside your body-based bubble of experience? So a body-based person walking down the street will feel the feet on the pavement and notice the posture and the sense of the body moving down, have a sense of where the head is, where the pelvis, how the limbs are moving, and will experience what they're seeing and how that's changing at every second, and what they're hearing and how that's changing in every second, and how the breath is changing. And it's a much more immediate present time experience. And a lot of tinnitus people are up and out. For example, they live in their heads and their thinking, and their focus is on other things out there. And this can be a little bit stressy, and tinnitus tends to quite like this way of being, because if we're slightly out of touch and the body's a bit numb, and it's something down there that just works a little bit like a mule, and we're not paying much attention to it, we can end up carrying a lot of stress in the body and being out of touch with it, and therefore it can be quite hard to transform. But if we really learn to inhabit our experience and live in the body and live through it, so that when we're walking down the street, we feel our feet on the pavement, we can feel our knees, we can feel our pelvis, we notice our breathing, and we can experience what we're perceiving and seeing, smelling and hearing, that's a completely different experience, which for the nervous system feels much, much safer. When we know how we are and we can track how we feel from moment to moment, this is like sending a powerful message to the central nervous system saying, hey, there's no danger out there, because the attention is inside and we can be in the moment with our immediate experience. When we're stressed, all our attention goes on to the external object that's stressing us, and we lose touch. And that's a very good way of keeping the adrenaline levels high and keeping all our perceptions in red alert mode, which is one of the chief causes for keeping tinnitus going. So body-based awareness is an incredibly helpful practice that gradually, over time, we can drop into. And that's why yoga and Tai Chi and body-based practices are so helpful with tinnitus, because it literally gets us out of our thinking, out of our cerebral experience, and puts us in touch with the immediacy of the body. that is where all the central nervous system management is really taking place. We can't decide at will how the body is going to stress itself or de-stress itself. If there's a snake in the middle of the pavement, we will react. We can't say, don't react to the snake. That's an automatic thing. But what we can do is to really inhabit the body and really listen to the body and really be aligned with it and work with it. And this gives us a much more immediate experience, and it enables the body to release and let go and feel much, much more settled. Tinnitus generally hates this.